The United States has always been the dream destination for Indian students. From Silicon Valley CEOs to Nobel Prize winners, many started their journeys in American classrooms. But now that dream suddenly looks shaky. Why? Because US President Mr. Donald Trump's administration is planning big changes to student visas, and these rules could hit Indians the hardest. So, let me tell you what exactly is happening here. Till now, international students, including Indians, entered the US on what's called a duration of status. That meant your visa was valid as long as you were studying, whether your course took 3 years or 7. But under Trump's new plan, that flexibility could vanish. Students would get a fixed stay, 4 years maximum, and then they'd have to apply again to renew it. Now, for some, it could be just 2 years if you come from countries Washington calls high risk. Imagine being halfway through your PhD and suddenly worrying if your visa will be renewed or not. Now, that's a nightmare for students, right? And it does not stop there either. Student visa interviews are already delayed. Officers are checking applicants' social media, in fact, their political opinion, and even activism. Reports suggest that pro-Palestinian views have triggered rejections. Universities like Harvard have had to drag the government to court just to protect their international students. This is not just about paperwork. This is about an uncertain future. But you know why Washington is doing this? Officially, they say that they want to prevent visa misuse, but critics pointed out that this is political, part of Trump's larger hardline immigration policy. The message is very simple here: America first, outsiders later. But in the process, the US risks losing its status of the top education hub. Now, let's talk about numbers. Over 330,000 Indian students are studying in the US today, the biggest group after the Chinese. Together, they pump nearly $9 billion into the American economy each year through tuition fee and living expenses. The US universities rely heavily on this particular revenue. Now, if Indians pull back, universities lose money and America loses talent. Already, foreign students' applications to the US have dropped, and that to 35%. Even a 10% fall in enrollment could cost nearly $3 billion. So, what will Indian students do? Well, many are now rethinking their options. Canada is offering longer study permits, and the UK have reopened 2-year work permit. Germany, well, they provide affordable education with clear job paths. Australia too is becoming attractive with skill-based stays. Compared to America's new uncertainty, and the choice becomes really clear. Families who can afford it are even considering the EB-5 investors visa, which, by the way, can be replaced with the golden visa, which offers green card in exchange for some hefty amount of money. So the question is the American dream fading? Maybe not entirely, but it is definitely being tested. For decades, the US thrived because it attracted the brightest students from India and beyond. That pipeline is now under threat. If Washington keeps tightening the screws, Indian talent may simply shift westwards to Canada, to Europe, and even to Australia. And America, in trying to protect itself, may just end up losing very people who helped build it into a global powerhouse.